Hello, everybody. It is Andy Smith with another book look. Yeah, we're continuing the Christopher Hart series, How to Draw books. I don't have them all. That guy's done a ton of books. But like I stated in the previous videos, I like these because he gets some really good guest artists to contribute to the books. Simplified Anatomy for the Comic Book Artist. I would never even think of doing a book like this. I mean, you look at it and you're like, oh, it's kind of like Bruce Timm type stuff. So let's delve into this bad boy, shall we? Oh, by the way, Andy Smith, host with the most, 33-year veteran of the comic book industry. That's right, been working in comics for 33 years. Marvel, DC, Image, you know it. Now I'm doing my own thing, Astonishing Comics. So there you go. So Simplified Anatomy. Like I said before, Chris Hart, a lot of these books were published by Watson Guptill, and then he branched out on his own. This one is Watson Guptill as well. He has his own publishing company now. I really like cartoony stuff like this. And I've always said, even through some of the worst how to draw books that I own, and I've got some real stinkers that I've bought, there's always some nugget in there that I go, oh, that's cool. Now, obviously, I like it better when I have a how to draw book that has a lot of stuff in it that I can learn from. But, you know, I'll take what I can get. This book, Contributing Artists. Well, first, this book came out in 2007. Christina Francisco. Don't recognize that name. Hopefully there's bios in the back. Tom Hodges, I recognize that name. Christopher Jones, definitely recognize that name. Fabio Laguna, definitely recognize that name. Sean Murphy. I know what you're thinking. Sean Murphy. I know. Sean Gordon Murphy? Yes. 2007, early Sean Gordon Murphy. Dave Santana. So let's go through this. I'll keep my finger on this page so we can go back and forth and look. So Sean did pages 20 through 21 and 65 through 70. Christopher Jones, 24 through 27. So the thing, I will give a lot of credit to Chris Hart. He packs a lot into his books. I mean, look at this table of contents. That's a lot of stuff. And there's nice spot art throughout as well. Come on, let's turn the page. There we go. The Simplified Head and Neck. So, you know, he does the thing, traditional, simplified. That works. This one, I wouldn't even call that traditional because the proportions are pretty much the same. That's definitely simplified, more cartoony. To me, traditional would have more standard proportions for the head, like, you know, How to Draw Comics the Marvel way. And then the simplified, the things get exaggerated. So, not quite sure you have to even worry about the skull underneath unless for some reason you're drawing a skull in the book. So page 14, let's see who drew this. Fabio Laguna did. You know what? CrossGen, when I worked at CrossGen, we did a comic, and I've only got a couple of them. I wish I had the whole series, based on, was it the video game Dragon Slayer? I think that was it. Don Bluth. And I want to say Fabio drew it, but I could be wrong. So it just shows, you know, different steps for simplifying stuff. I mean, once again, none of these rules are cut in stone. This is just, all these books are is like a guide. If you're not quite sure where to start, this is a good book to look at to go, oh, okay, I'm going to simplify this way. Got it. Page 2021, Sean Murphy, it says. This to me looks like Sean Gordon Murphy's work early on. So I'm pretty sure this is Sean Gordon Murphy of the Batman stuff at DC fame that he did, the The Wake, which was a Vertigo book, which I thought was really good. Stuff like that. He actually, one of the first things I saw him do at DC too was he worked on this Superman Batman annual, and Ryan Otley worked on it as well. So if you can hunt that down, I would definitely get it. One of the few times Ryan did stuff for another company. So here we go, before he, I should say, went to Marvel after Invincible. Drawing male eyes, traditional. Now this is more accurate, you know, traditional, more rendering, things like that. And then realistic, simplified, you know, and that's pretty dead on. Good stuff. Good stuff. Stylized male eyes, you know, just giving you different ways to do them and stuff. Gets into the female eyes. This, I really like this page 27. Who drew 27? Oh, Christopher Jones. Christopher Jones, as far as I know, Warner Brothers storyboard artist, character designer, I think. Love these. I mean, just right here out of the gate, all these different ways, draw female eyes and stuff. Really nice. The simplified male nose. Female nose. I think, you know, the last couple of weeks, if you didn't see, I did the 2 cutting edge books Christopher Hart did, drawing cutting edge anatomy and drawing cutting edge comic books. Go back and look at those book looks. I think those books are good too, just because he has really good artists working with him. I mean, this is, you know, Gothic hero. So what, a Gothic hero has to have a nose like that? That's, you know, stuff like that. I get it. He's giving names to things. I mean, a little boy, sure. A gladiator, okay. Overall, I just really like the design of these heads and stuff. I think they're really cool. Imagine taking this guy, nasty neighbor, and jacking his forehead really high. That could almost be Sinestro. Noses of assorted miscreants. Page 32, let's see who did this. Dave Santana. I really hope at the end of this book there's acknowledgments in regards to what these guys have done. Really loving this stuff. Just great cartoony looking, very, you know, like I said, Bruce Timm looking stuff. Drawing the simplified head step by step. Fun little profile there. And this stuff even can help with, even if you're drawing more realistic, because it simplifies it down and then, you know, to the basics, and then you can add in the lighting and stuff if you want to make it look a little more realistic. The female hero, step by step. I believe that was the name of a TV show from back in the day. The mutant. I mean, is it a mutant? Okay. But once again, I get it. This book is for a younger audience, so, you know, it's good just to tag it with names like that so people can go, oh, okay, I get it. Drawing the simplified body, the basics. What page number is this? I think that is freaking cool. I love that. Just the simplicity of it, the proportions and such. So that's page 50. '52, '53 is Dave Santana. These are probably reused. So let's see. Okay, so it's Dave Santana. I wish these were bigger. I mean, traditional, that's not really traditional because the proportions and stuff, to me, traditional, once again, would be that pose, but more realistically drawn. But I get it. it's kind of like saying stylized comic book art versus simplified for, you know, cartooning animation. So I get what they're saying. Not quite sure needing a simplified skeleton's worthwhile. Muscles. This is really cool. This is a Dave guy as well. Just really love that. And once again, just so Bruce Timm. But I love how he shows it broken down into anatomy, like trying to take a Bruce Timm type shapes and putting anatomy over it. I think that's pretty cool. Just really fun stuff. You know, and it does really break it down so you can see, and if you want to try and draw this way, how to break the figure down. I think he gets into it a little more as it goes on. Love this, page 62. Is this that guy too? Yep, Dave Santana. Just, man, wow. I just love that. Oh, this, I believe, let me see. 65 through 70, Sean Gordon Murphy. I knew it. That is Sean's stuff, and you can kind of see it, even though this is, you know, 17 years old now. You can definitely see it. It's just, the inking is just so much cleaner than what Sean does now. So different body types is basically what they're talking about here. And that is it. That is all Sean contributed to this book. Polishing and tweaking. Okay, this is cool. Page 71. Is that Dave guy again? Yes, it is. Dave Santana. See here, this is nice. It can really show the basic shapes. And this is where I'm saying you don't need to know a lot about anatomy. You know, when I went to art school, we had figure drawing class. We learned the key, you know, the bones. We learned, you know, most of the big muscles. Obviously, we didn't learn the names of all the little muscles and like fingers and stuff like that. But all the big major muscle masses we did. And we learned basic shape. And when it comes to drawing a figure, you want to really think about basic shape stuff. And this really breaks down a nice simplified form for the chest, the waist, the legs. And anatomy-wise, you really only need to know like the big chest, the shoulder, the upper arm, front and back, lower arm, one big shape. The legs, you only really need to know these couple shapes right here. This is one of my favorites. I just love that cartooniness of that female figure. Drawing characters from the simplified skeleton. And this is, I will say, probably one of my favorite books that I have because I find doing this stuff difficult. Like when I draw quote unquote cartoony for myself, I look at it and I go, oh, that's really cool. Simplified, more cartoony. Then I look at this and I go, oh, I didn't push it far enough. Teen goth. So just, you know, drawing different types, you know, deadly beauty. Oh, she's deadly. Mr. Muscles. Page 80. Let's see who's doing these. Tom Hodges. All these guys must be doing stuff for Warner Brothers, or did, because it just has, you know, that look. Supersized villain. Is that because he's chubby? Come on now. Not nice. Female fighter. Manly men, one muscle group at a time. So let's see who's drawing this stuff. Page 92. is Christina Francisco. So that's who did the cover. I love that. I just think that's so cool. I think it's cool because, like, I don't do it. It's just not something I naturally do. So I look at it and I'm like, oh man, that's really cool. Because I see that and I can see First Man in a style like this, you know, or Kor-Drath in a style like this. Who else is good at this is Tom Bancroft. Tom Bancroft, phenomenal artist, character designer, worked for Disney, worked on Mulan. I have a book he did too. I don't know if I've done a book look on that one yet. I'll have to check. If I haven't, you guys might be in for a treat. Bowling ball shoulders. That's right. Get the big shoulders in there, thin waist. Love that biceps, the famous muscle show. That's right. And it is cool seeing how in this, showing how making the muscles flow in that. So it's one of those things where think about your overall outline, and once you get your outline down, work the muscles inside of it. Tremendous triceps. Okay, this drives me crazy because I will say, even though it's cartoony, this makes it look like the lat muscle, the big back muscle, goes behind the tricep when the lat actually comes from under the armpit and the tricep connects around to the back. Sorry, had to be picky. Fabulous forearms. Powerful legs. Calves of steel. I just love seeing these drawings. Fabulous females, one muscle group at a time. I mean, the muscles are the same for the dudes and the chicks. It all just comes down to how you draw them. I mean, we all have the same muscles as humans. Not really necessary, or I don't really know if this chapter was necessary. So, you know, I guess it's good that it's in here because somebody probably be looking at it and go, hey, wait a second. What about ladies? So that's probably why it's in here. It's probably good to have it just so you can visualize it. So, and it is nice looking art. Very nice pose there. That's great. Even showing how to get a pelvis structure in there is kind of neat. That's really nice, actually showing this leg and foreshortening and such. Hands and feet. So I'm glad there's a chapter in here for this. Hands and feet are difficult. It's nice to see, you know, the breakdown. Sometimes when it comes to drawing hands, I find it so much easier to simplify them first before getting into the nitty gritty, depending on what type of hand it is, an old person, a big, strong guy with thick fingers, you know, stuff like that. If you can simplify it first and then worry about those details later, that is definitely an easier way to go. You know, showing some poses and stuff of the hands. And same with feet. Simplify them first and then get into them. It's cool here showing different types of footwear. That's pretty cool. Forced perspective, so in other words, foreshortening. I love seeing that finished drawing on the left, but then on the right, seeing the under drawing. Real simple, basic shapes there. Same here, nice, simple, basic shapes. I mean, he could have forced some of this perspective even more too, but really nice. We're getting to that, and this is a thick book too, 160 pages. That is a lot. Wow, unfortunately, no little bios on the artists that helped out. So visit Chris's website, artstudiollc.com. Like I said, he now has his own publishing company. Can't remember when he branched off from Watson Guptill. But even here, 2.5 million copies of his books are in print in 17 languages. One of the earlier books I read, he only had 1 million or so copies. This is 2.5. He has made a huge career out of this, and good for him. I mean, the guy's got to have the record for the most variety of how to draw books out there. These are the two from the previous weeks, Cutting Edge Comics, Cutting Edge Anatomy. I don't own this one. I also don't own this one, Drawing Cutting Edge Fusion American Comics with a Manga Influence. I don't know if that came out before or after mine, because I actually have a book called Drawing American Manga Superheroes. So, and Watson Guptill approached me about doing it. So I'm not quite sure which one came out, but 2.5 million copies of all his books in 2007, 17 years ago. Once again, guys, if he makes $1 a book, that's $2.5 million. He makes more than $1 a book. This guy's doing really well. Good for him. Coming up with this way to basically market and put books out where he does the bulk of the writing. He does a little bit of artwork in each book, but he hires out a lot of the art to other people. So, hey, kudos. All right, guys, thank you for watching this book look. Guys, go sign up for Kor-Drath, The Awakening, the hit follow-up to Kor-Drath, The Reckoning. The saga continues with Kor-Drath and Adriana. Go check it out. There's a short little quick video I put at the end of this. You can watch, sign up, back the book, get a free Adriana trading card drawn by me, inked by or colored by Kelsey Shannon, and also front of the line shipping when we fulfill the campaign, which means your book would go out in the first week. We start doing fulfillment of it. So sign up today. The campaign launches on either April 13th or 14th. That's a Saturday, Sunday. As we get closer, we will nail down the day. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, share these videos. Please share these videos. That's the way to get these into front of more people's faces. It's real easy. Click the share button. Pop it on X, Facebook, any of your social media platforms. It really does help me out, grow the channel so I can keep doing this stuff for you guys. Thank you. Have a great week. And Thursday, 8 a.m., the final Thundercat character is dropping in my time-lapse series. So be there to check that out. Bye-bye, everybody.
All right, partner. Keep on rolling, baby. You know what time it is.